in today's video, I'm going to show you how our onboarding went from this to this, and how I used AI to turn our mascot, Pim, into part of the product experience. The funny part is that the new onboarding is actually longer. We went from 2 steps to 13 steps, but each step is now much simpler. 1 main sentence, 1 supporting sentence, our mascot, and 1 clear next button. So I'm Term. I've been coding for about 10 years, and right now I'm building my own startup called Picmim. I'm using this channel to share what I'm building and the lessons I learn along the way. Today, that means rebuilding our own onboarding with AI and our mascot Pim. So let's start with the previous onboarding. It was basically a 2-step onboarding, which, sounds good, like the right direction at first. It's short, less friction, faster setup. But the actual problem that you might already see is that there is too much information. We need the user to give us their info, so our AI inside the product can actually perform. But here it's just too overwhelming. So this is after website has already been scanned. In this example, I used Cloudflare as a company website, so we can get the brand colors, etc., etc. But a lot of users just skip this step. It was just too much stuff to fill in. So this is why we decided, instead of doing too much at the beginning, we do something really simple, just 1 sentence, 1 supporting sentence, and a next button, and then we of course do the visual experience with the mascot, our AI. So why is this important? Because we're taking Picmim in another direction. Before it was more of a B2B kind of product, but now we're focusing more on B2C. And even just in general, after looking at many onboardings from other people, I noticed that a lot of companies started using characters and stuff like that, and it actually really helps with user retention at the onboarding part. The user really feels like you're getting to know them. So this is not just a setup form or whatever. It has to guide them. It has to explain what matters, why it matters, and collect the right information. We also, for example, flipped where we collect the workspace first, but now we connect the social accounts first, and the workspace setup where the AI reads their website is now optional. So the new setup is longer. Instead of 2 steps, we have 7 required steps and 6 optional steps. These are the required steps, but they're not really required as in you have to do something. It's just we spread up the information more. So there's more pages with different information and some nice character icons on the left where the user fills in their data and then connects their account. So here the user has to connect their account, and that's them done. And then if they want, they can do the 6 additional steps. All right, so let's get into how this is actually done. So for most of this, we used another tool called Higgsfield. You probably heard of it if you've done any AI stuff. This is where I imported our character, and as you can see, I tried generating lots of different poses and how the character is represented. But this was really hard to actually export and put into our website because we use a lot of different colors, and then we had trouble with actually removing the background, the white background, because other parts of our characters are also white. So we had to go with the green, with basically the green screen, so we can chroma key it out. But here there's also some tips that I'll share. For example, the green color also matters. Not every green is made the same, because different green colors produce different results. They have some they can have some blurry outlines, or the chromakey can take out some other parts of the character as well. So the green screen color is really important. All right. So you go into Higgsfield, you go with the image, create image, you put in your character, and then you describe how you want it to look. Now, I would suggest that you use Nano Banana 2, and I would suggest that you prompt an AI to actually get a good prompt, so you can get a better image out of it. The result will be better. I usually like to create a couple of different poses to see how the character looks, and then decide on what kind of images I need. For example, on the onboarding, as you saw, if I refresh real quick, we had, so this is the video, but then you have different images of our character holding like a calendar, and like a notepad, so for the questions, then like it's inspecting the website. Basically, we have a lot of different images. You create what you need for your onboarding or other pages. We have some examples even inside the app. When, for example, an error occurs, we have like a nice image of Pim, like, oh no, something went wrong, stuff like that. Okay, once you've done that, you must you must use the Nano Banana to create a green screen. Now, what's important here is we use this Pantone color right here. I'll leave it in the description how exactly this is the hex color of it. And I use, as you can see, Claude for writing the video scripts. So this is basically where I created my video scripts. I have a skill that I'll also leave in the description, so if you want it, you can get it. But basically what it does, it's really simple. I tell it I want a animation. Let's see if I can find it, because then we go through no. Okay, here. So this is what we want. We want Pim investigating a small floating website window or transparent background, etc., etc. This is before we use the green screen. So then we went with on a green background, and basically Claude outputs something like this. The important part is the timeline. This is what we actually copy paste into Higgsfield. So once you're done, you take your character, you go to video, here it depends on tokens and the quality, but Seedance 2 is currently, the best model for video generation. In like 2 months, probably going to be something else because AI moves so fast. But yeah, currently I'm using Seedance 2.0 fast, but you can also use Seedance 2.0 normal. It costs a bit more, a lot more, but this gives decent quality results. Here's an example. This is a 8-second long clip where basically Pim is thinking and working something out. And for example, this one is a loop, and I'll show you how to do this as well, so that the first and the last frame match, and you can basically make this animation loop, which is also nice. Okay, so you put your video images here. You select, you upload them or take them from the image generation you've done before. You select them, and these then use as a reference for Seedance. You put the prompt in here, select the model, the time, the aspect ratio and the quality. Now the quality on Seedance 2.0 Fast is only 720, but I'm pretty sure Seedance 2.0 supports 1080. So this is also, I guess, a difference. But for most things, I think 2.0 Fast is just fine. Okay, so once you've done all that, you press generate, and Seedance does its thing, and in a couple of seconds, something like this is generated. It's pretty nice. Now, how do you do the loop animation? The loop animation is also pretty simple. I usually input one image as a reference, so this is just a normal reference, and then you can use other images as well. I uploaded the same image twice, and what this allows me to do is tell Seedance, look, use this as the starting frame and as the end frame, and this then forces Seedance to start and end at the same frame. Now, this is AI we're talking here, so of course it's statistics, and it does not always produce the outcome you want. So what I also like to do in these types of animations is tell Claude that we want this to be a loop. As you see, it's loopable, and it will try to match the first shot and the ending of the last shot, so it seems as if the character went into the same position. This is also usually outputs better results. Okay, now once you download your video, you have generated the video, download it. You can now use any chromakey tool. I think there's, I'm not sure if I have it here. There's a lot of them online. Since I'm a developer, I usually just do something like this. This is my working environment. Basically, I tell the AI, look, I've got this this video which has a green background. I want you to chroma key it out and use FFmpeg with the correct settings. I can also, I'll share the prompt in the description as well. Basically, there's some important parts here, like it should be WebM with alpha transparency, because, for example, MP4 does not allow background transparency. The green background, usually the AI figures it out itself what exactly the hex color is. It can take a frame and then inspect it. And usually it does a really good job, as you can see. The onboarding here, all the images and the animations were chroma keyed out by the AI, so I think it's pretty good. You can actually see some, like if you zoom in, you can probably see the green, but it's nothing you like a user would notice, especially if it's like a 4-second onboarding screen. But yeah, of course, this is how you get most of the fancy animations that bigger companies have for a fraction of the cost. I do think that in the end, a human-made animation or like a proper animation would be better, of course, but this gets you like 80-90% there for a fraction of the cost. And for something like a small project or a startup like we're doing, this makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I'll show you again the before and after. For example, this is the connect screen. As you can see, there's just too much stuff going on the previous onboarding. We have our logo here, already the user account here, which they can click for no reason really. And on here we have simple just next. And we actually block the user here we need them to connect an account, whereas on the previous version you can also skip this part. But our whole application doesn't really work without it, and if the user can take a couple of seconds to connect at least one of their accounts, they won't really get any value from it and might as well not be our user. Okay, so that's basically it. If you like this kind of stuff, I'll be documenting it more here, what we do, what works, what doesn't. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. I'll take a look and respond. Yeah, thank you.